technology that is built for your every sense. Acer Pure from Acer.
Viewers, there is a breaking news that is coming in from the national capital. There has been a setback for the 2020 Delhi riots accused. The Delhi High Court has denied bail to all the 10 accused, including Sharjeel Imam, Umar Khalid. They have been denied bail. Remember, the larger conspiracy case around the 2020 Delhi riots case, the Delhi High Court has denied bail to all of these 10 accused. Who are these 10 accused people? Taslim Ahmed, Sharjeel Imam, Umar Khalid, Athar Khan, Abdul Khalid Safi, Mohammad Salim Khan, Shifaur Rahman, Miran Haider, Gulfisha Fatima, Shadab Ahmad. All of these people have been denied bail. Let me go across to Bhavtosh, my colleague, who's getting us more on this. Bhavtosh, get us more details of what exactly happened during the Delhi High Court proceedings.
Well, Shreya, as far as the hearing is concerned, two hearings happened today. One bench dismissed the bail of Taslim Ahmed. Another bench dismissed the bail of 9 other accused in the larger conspiracy behind the Delhi riots case is concerned. Both the bail petitions have been dismissed. It was a very brief hearing. It lasted for just 15 seconds. As far as the 9 accused bail petition is concerned, the court staff told the lawyers that the bail petitions and the appeals have been dismissed. As far as the one accused is concerned, the court informed the defense lawyers that their bail appeal has been dismissed. This is a larger conspiracy behind Delhi riots is concerned, in which all the accused, including the prominent ones, Umar Khalid as well as Sharjeel Imam, were arrested by the Delhi Police's special cell. They have been booked under the anti-terror law. And Umar Khalid as well as Sharjeel Imam have been called the mastermind behind the Delhi riots of February 2020. They have been said that they in fact set up various WhatsApp group, and the conspiracy started way back in November 2019 when various WhatsApp groups were set up in Jamia Millia Islamia University as well as in JNU universities. That did not in fact gather much more momentum, and then subsequently the riots happened coinciding with the visit by the Donald Trump. In these riots, at least 53 people lost lives, and the initial FIR was filed with the Delhi Police crime branch, which was taken over by the special cell. All 10 appeals that were filed in Delhi High Court have been dismissed. Our colleague Priyank is saying that the accused have now said that they will be approaching the Supreme Court. Umar Khalid was arrested in September 2020, so he has been behind bars for past 5 years. Various people close to Umar Khalid have said that the charges in case have been not framed and he should have been released on bail. But the Delhi Police's investigation as well as the prosecution team, which have been led by the Additional Solicitor General, they all have said that there was a diabolical planning as far as the accused in this case are concerned. They wanted to carry out riots in Delhi. Various chakka jams were held across the city, at least at 32 places. And these chakka jams were carried out only because they wanted to carry out riots, and these riots happened between 23rd February to 2020 and 25th February, in which many people lost their lives.
Okay, let me also go across to Dipankar, our colleague, who's joining us with more on this. Dipankar, as far as the basis of denying bail is concerned, what did the court say today? There is, of course, this larger conspiracy of the Delhi riots case being investigated by the court.
Well, yes, the Delhi High Court has now denied bail to all the accused. There were 9 accused who had approached the Delhi High Court in a batch of petitions, and 1 accused who had moved the Delhi High Court separately in the larger conspiracy case, and their bail has now been denied by the Delhi High Court. The Delhi High Court has given a detailed order, but we'll have to wait and watch as to what are the notices, what are the arguments, what are the observations that have been made by the the judges in the matter. But for now, the bail has been dismissed of all the 10 accused in this matter. These 10 accused were arrested in 2020, so they have been under arrest for the past 5 years. One of their arguments was that there have been prolonged incarceration and there has been delay on trial, to which the Delhi police had submitted that the delay in trial has been done by the accused parties and not by the prosecution. They have been the people who have been seeking repeated adjournment in the matter, and the trial is getting delayed. It was also argued by the Delhi police that the entire chakka jam, the entire peaceful protest that the accused had alleged, they had created a facade of this peaceful protest. Behind that, they were creating ruckus, they were creating violence, and the Solicitor General who had appeared before the court, the Delhi High Court, during the arguments had also said that they wanted to globally defame the nation, as they knew that at that point of time the US President was also coming to India, and they had created such facade, and they wanted to globally defame the nation before the international media. So these were the arguments that the Delhi police had submitted before the Delhi High Court while the matter was being heard by the Delhi High Court, and now we'll have to wait and watch as to what observations the court has made regarding the bail application that they had moved, and we'll have to see as to on what grounds does the bail application have been dismissed of all the 10 accused. For now, the 10 accused will remain in custody of the Delhi police.
All right, Dipankar and Bhavtosh, thanks very much for joining us at the moment. Of course, we will keep coming back to you for the latest. Viewers, this is the big breaking news that is coming in. In fact, we're staying with this news at the moment. The big update from the national capital as far as the 10 accused in this case are concerned, the larger conspiracy that the police are investigating. My colleagues Bhavtosh and Dipankar continue to be with us on the broadcast. Bhavtosh, we'll of course have to get into the nitty-gritties of what the court said and why this entire bail was denied. But as far as the arguments are concerned, the police was very clear that this was their attempt to bring in instability and, of course, portray the country in a bad light globally.
Yes, Shreya. In fact, the arguments which went for months, one of the points that were raised by the Additional Solicitor General and also by the Special Public Prosecutor, I will just quote from the points that were raised by them. They said the Shaheen Bagh protest, which was in fact a site where several hundreds of people in fact gathered, they said it was an artificial, non-organic creation of Sharjeel Imam, as well as by the Asif Mustaba. They also said, importantly, they said that Shaheen Bagh was not a Nani Dadi protest site. Remember, at that point of time, many in fact dubbed Shaheen Bagh as a Nani Dadi protest. There were several senior citizens used to gather there, but in the court, in the High Court, Delhi police as well as prosecution said that there were no Nani Dadi protests. It was non-organic protests that were in fact led by individuals, particularly by Umar Khalid and also by Sharjeel Imam, though this charge has been denied by the Defence Council. They also said that Shaheen Bagh protests lack local support, and people brought in from other areas by lines or through by Sharjeel Imam. Now, what actually happened in the hearing and also in the charge sheet that have been filed with the Delhi Police's special cell, they said that the actual, the first set of violence that happened in December 2019, they wanted to carry out a widespread violence in December 2019. That did not happen. Then the violence broke out in January 2020 in JNU. That did not, in fact, not much happened in that. And then various WhatsApp groups were set up by individuals like Muslims for JNU. This was a students group. And then the entire planning happened. Having said that, the Defence Council completely denied this. As my colleague Dipankar also said that they have been incarcerated for a very long time. Charges in this case have not been filed, to which prosecution said that the entire delaying tactics have been adopted by the Defence Council. Importantly, they said that speeches that were given by Sharjeel Imam as well as by Umar Khalid and others who have been arrested in this case were fomenting communal trouble. Now, they said that as soon as cabinet in fact approved the bill, protests started happening not only in Delhi but across the country, whereas protest and violence was in fact curbed in other parts of the country. The whole idea was to carry out protest in Delhi. Umar Khalid and his father went to Jahangirpuri, where there was a large population of Bangladeshis, and that's how the violence, the Delhi riots happened. People from Jahangirpuri, which is in northwest Delhi, they were picked up and then they were in fact shifted to Zafrabad, which is in northeast Delhi, which was center of Delhi riots, and riots in fact broke out between 23rd February to 25th February, in which 53 people lost their lives.
Right, Bhavtosh, of course, crucial points there. Just the fact that the prosecution has stated, Dipankar, that these were not spontaneous riots. These were well-planned, sinister moves that were, part of a well-thought-out conspiracy, is what the prosecution is saying. As far as the counter-arguments are concerned from the side of Sharjeel Imam and Umar Khalid. Take us through that. What exactly happened in those arguments? Earlier, of course.
Well, in the arguments that were submitted by Sharjeel Imam and Umar Khalid, it was clearly stated that they were not at all related to the conspiracy that was going on behind him, where one of the accused went on to say that he was not even present in Delhi while these riots were going on. But the prosecution has always been stressing that the entire conspiracy was started in November 2019, and it went on from there. It has been argued that various WhatsApp groups like DPSG and JMI have been created in order to properly plan out as to how this entire thing will take place. So these were the arguments that the prosecution had said. But on the other hand, the defense counsels had always maintained that the DPSG group or the JMI or the other WhatsApp groups that have been created, they were not created for any kind of violence, to propagate any kind of violence, but they were only created to say when and where the protests were happening, and those were related to peaceful protests. These were the arguments that the defense had said, that they were sharing information where peaceful protests were happening. But the prosecution has always stressed that these were groups that were created in order to plan out and in order to create a conspiracy for the entire riots. And they had also said that these peaceful protests that were being said, that the defense has been claiming that these were peaceful protests, this was only a facade behind which these riots took place. These riots were planned, and it has been said that it is a deep conspiracy that had gone, months of conspiracy, months of planning that had gone into creating such a situation where global defamation could be done in Delhi while the riots were taking place.
All right, Dipankar, thanks very much for joining us at the moment. Request Bhavtosh to stay with us as we